name of Pharaoh. And as a result, Pharaoh saw that Joseph was anointed to interpret dreams. Pharaoh made Joseph the overseer of his house and gave him authority over all the land of Egypt. Beloved, it is amazing to me that when you are a person of favor, the unexpected always occurs. There were times in a believer's life when God will allow your adversaries and people that will tolerate you instead of celebrate you, point you to a low place to prove to them that it is God that raises up one and brings down another. When these things happen, we have to keep in mind that our haters are really doing us a favor. And before you think that this is a hateration message, let me inform you and let you know it's really not. And a lot of what we call hateration in the church is actually paranoia. We say silly things like, you know, they hating on me because I got a new outfit. They hating on me because I got a new car. But we really ain't hating on you because of what you acquired. The fact of the matter is we're really trying to celebrate with you. That's why we're looking. We're looking on you because we know God did it for you. So we expect them to do it for us. And then you have a group of people in the church that are really looking at you not because of the fact that you've been blessed, because you're walking around with stolen goods. Not no, you didn't steal it from the Macy's or Lord and Taylor, but you stole it from your tithes and offering. So we just scratching our head wondering how you walking around with the meat, but you didn't pay your tithes. We're wondering how you driving a Mercedes and you don't sow no seed. We're just wondering how did you get what you got because you didn't do it by your own. How did I get up there? Let me get back on track. Let me get back on track. So in essence, what I was really trying to say is that there are people that are just not going to like you because it's you. But you have to stop fighting with people that won't receive you. But you got to look at them through the eyes of Jesus Christ when he was dealing with Judas. He said in John 13:27, do what you're going to do quickly because I got an appointment with my destiny. I realize that you're going to betray me. I realize that you're going to sell me out. I realize that you're going to lie on me. You're going to scandalize my name. So do it and do it quickly because it's your free press that's going to get me to where I need to be in God. Because God is going to flip every negative thing that you said about me and turn it and work it out for my good. I know I have a witness in here. The people have lied on you. The people that you've been a blessing to tripped on you. They spazzed out on you. But every time that they needed you, you was there to bless them. But in spite of it all, you was still there to say, you know what, here, baby. You know what, I know your heart ain't right towards me, but here, take this $5 anyway. Maybe I'm the only one in the house of God, but I know how church folks are. They look at you and smile up in your face. They dance with you, but when you leave, they go up in the corner. Did you know that such and such thing is? Did you know that such and such is like that? But honey, I still gotta bless you in spite of what you say about me, because it's you that's gonna bring me to my destiny. So if I'm made in his image and likeness, and if God is a success, why can't I be a success as well? If God created the heavens and the earth successfully, why can't I get a job successfully? If God put the moon and the stars in their place, why can't I, come on, achieve what I need to achieve in the house of God successfully? If God was able to create you and I, why can't I do what I need to do to get the house of God into the place that it needs to be? So therefore, if God is our prime example of success, and his DNA, his destiny, his nature, and his assignment has been planted in us, what makes you think that you can't be successful? What makes you think that you can't achieve? What makes you think that you're lacking what you need to do? Come on here, somebody. God, but you have to learn how to be successful. Beloved, here I want to deal with the syllogism tonight. The syllogism, the logic by which why bad things happen to good people. The major premise is that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and those that are called according to his purpose. The minor premise is, beloved, is that the Lord gives and the Lord takes away, but blessed be the name of the Lord. And the conclusion conclusion is that what I want to talk to you about tonight is we fail to succeed. I want you to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I failed to succeed. Maybe I'm the only one in the room that can relate tonight with Joseph and honestly say there have been some things that I've attempted at in life that I honestly failed at. And not only did I fail, but I really messed it up badly. There were some plans and some visions that I tried to get off the ground. But because of my silly self, I messed it up badly. But here, I'm so glad, Apostle, that we as believers, we never fail backwards, but we fail forward. Reason being we fail forward is so that we can use our hands and get up and do it all over again. I don't care what it is that you have failed at in life, beloved. You can get up again and contend on in the faith. I heard the Bible say, what did hinder you? If you got hands, you can get up and do it again. If you got feet, you can get up and run it again. What is it that is going to hinder you? God has already put in you. God has given you the ability to do what it is that you need to do, not just to survive, but to be successful at surviving. But there are two areas of discussion that I want to talk to you about tonight. The first is that this must be God. When we look at failure, we have to look at failure not only as it being a bad thing, but it's also a good thing. Notice in chapter 39 of Genesis, the Bible says, and I'll be reading from the Message version, it says, Joseph's master took him and threw him into the jail where the king's prisoners were locked up. But there in jail, God was still with Joseph. He reached out in kindness to him and put him on good terms with the head jailer. The head jailer put Joseph in charge of all the prisoners. He ended up managing the whole operation. That blessed me when I saw that. He ended up managing the whole operation. That's a word for somebody right now. Some people may have thought that they had gotten you trapped in some situation and some problems. But through your entrapment, God is going to use you to manage the whole operation. You just can't stay stuck in what you're in, but you got to learn how to use your resources. Even if you're in cramped corners, use your resources. Even if it looks like there's no way out, still use your resources. Because God is a God that will just not leave you alone. He will not leave you just by yourself, but He will always make a way of escape. He will always give you something in the middle of nothing. But let me get back to the text. Here, let's unromanticize the text, if you would. Notice Joseph was the head Negro in charge, if I may use that on tonight. I mean no disrespect and no offense to the house of God, but that's really what he was, the head Negro in charge. And so false accusations were made against him. The accusations that were made against him, even still, he maintained his integrity. With him maintaining his integrity by these accusations, he was still thrown into prison. Let's look at what's going on. Joseph was approached by Potiphar's wife. Potiphar's wife. She wanted to sleep with him. And not only did she want to sleep with him, but the Bible says that she was forceful in her attempt. Verse 12 says it like this. She came and grabbed him by his coat, demanding, come on, sleep with me. Joseph tore himself away and he left his cloak in her hand and ran from the house. Can you imagine? This could have been a setup for Joseph. Where were the other servants that were supposed to be in the house? So this could have been something to get Joseph out of position. See, sometimes you got to be careful about where you end up, because it could be an attack upon you to get you out of position. See, that's why I'm from the old school. I don't go everywhere with the saints. I don't go to all the saints' houses. I don't eat at all the saints' tables, because I don't know. You may have good intentions, but your intentions are trying to get me out of where God needs me to be. I know you may be cool. I know I may be cool bar. I can't go with you to your house because the reputation that you have is you're a snake. And I need to know the snakes that are in my garden, because the snakes that are in my garden, they're not just there just sweeping and weaving and wobbling, but they're really out to get me and you and I. But beloved, you have to have the eyes of discernment with people. You just can't assume that everybody is so loving and loving. You just can't assume that everybody has your best interests at heart. But you have to look at them with the eyes of love and discernment and say, you know what? I love you, but I just can't. I love you, but I just won't. Because I got destiny inside of me. I got purpose inside of me. And by messing around with you for 1 minute will make me miss what God has for my life.